Good morning, students. I hope you all are good. Children, we have completed our two chapters in history. I hope you must have completed your two chapters question answer and written in the history fair copy. Today we are going to start a new chapter of civics, which is the first chapter, the Union Legislative or the Union Parliament. The Parliament. The Parliament is the supreme legislative body of the country. See, it is the government which translates the aspirations and ambitions of a state into reality. In modern democratic state, the functions are performed by distinct wings, means by different wings of the government, which are more or less independent in their respective spheres. Legislative. The law-making wing is called the legislature. Executive. The governing wing is called the executive. Judiciary. The wing that dispenses justice is called the judiciary. India, the largest democracy of the world, has the same setup. Federal setup. Federal setup. The Constitution of India has provided for a federal setup of government. In a federal system of government, all the administrative powers are divided between the central and the state governments by the Constitution, and both are supreme with their respective spheres. See children, there are two types of federation. First one is coming together federation and the second one is holding together federation. In the first category, independent states come together on their own and form a federation. In holding together federation, a large country decides to divide its power between the states and the central government. Our constitution has different federal features. The Constitution of India is the supremacy of the written constitution, which is partly rigid and partly flexible. The union as well state governments derive their authority from the constitution, and the Supreme Court is the final interpreter and guardian of the constitution. See, the central legislature or the Indian Parliament consists of three constituents: the Lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha and the President. The Lok Sabha represents the people of the country and the Rajya Sabha represents the federating states. Children, now we will study about the Lok Sabha. See, the lower house of the Parliament of India is called House of the People or the Lok Sabha. The maximum strength of the Lok Sabha is 552 and the effective strength of the Lok Sabha at present is 545. out of which 530 members are directly elected by the states and 13 members by union territories and 2 members are nominated by the president from the Anglo-Indian community. See, there are reservations of seat. The Indian Constitution has made provision for the socially and educationally backward classes of citizens. Many seats have been reserved for the scheduled caste. For the scheduled caste, 84 seats has been reserved. For scheduled tribes, 47 in the Lok Sabha. And the president is empowered to nominate 2 members of the Anglo-Indian community to the Lok Sabha. How are the members of the Lok Sabha elected? See, members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people by the principle of universal adult franchise. What is universal adult franchise? It means that all citizens of India of the age of 18 years and above have the right to vote. By universal adult franchise, the members of the Lok Sabha are elected. Now, what are the qualifications for the members of the Lok Sabha? The first most important thing is he should be a citizen of India. Next, he should be at least 25 years old. He should not be a proclaimed offender. He should have his name in the electoral rolls in any part of the country. He should not be of unsound mind. He should not hold any office of profit under the state of central government. These are the qualifications required for the members of the Lok Sabha. Now we will talk about the term of the Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha is normally elected for 5 years, but it may be dissolved by the President before the expiry of its term on the advice of the Prime Minister. The Lok Sabha, its normally term is 5 years. It is temporary. It is known as a temporary house because before completing the term, it may be dissolved by the President. Now, we will talk about the sessions of the House. What is session? The period during which the House meets to conduct its business is called a session. See, there are 3 sessions of the Parliament held in a year. The first one, the budget session. Second one, the monsoon session. And the third one, the winter session. See, what are the languages that are to be used in the Lok Sabha? It is laid down that business in Parliament is to be transacted either in Hindi or in English. Means the languages which can be used is Hindi or English. But if any member is not able to express himself either in Hindi or English, the Speaker of the Lok Sabha or the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha may permit such a member to address the House in his mother tongue. If the member is not able to speak in Hindi or English, he can express or he can address the House in his mother tongue. Importance of the Lok Sabha. Of the two houses of the parliament, that is, the parliament has two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha has the upper hand and has special advantages. What are that advantages? The money bill can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha and not The money bill can be introduced in the Lok Sabha and not in the Rajya Sabha. It is the Lok Sabha which actually controls the executive. The Council of Ministers is actually responsible to the Lok Sabha. A motion of no confidence passed by the Rajya Sabha does not oblige the government to resign, but a similar vote passed by the Lok Sabha makes it obligatory for the government to resign. In almost all other fields, the Lok Sabha has the upper hand. That means the Lok Sabha has more power or special powers. Why? Because of the greater numeral strength of its members. Now we will study about the speaker. The speaker of the Lok Sabha is elected soon after the newly elected Lok Sabha meets for the first time. The speaker as well as the deputy speaker are elected by the Lok Sabha from among its members. Means from the members of the Lok Sabha, they elect the speaker. Normally, the speaker is elected for 5 years, but he can seek re-election for any number of times if he is elected as a member of the Lok Sabha. Now we will talk about the removal of the speaker. The speaker can resign his post on health ground or on other grounds by submitting a letter of resignation to the deputy speaker. He can also be removed by the Lok Sabha if a majority of members pass a resolution to this effect. What are the powers and functions of the speaker? See, the speaker presides over the meetings of the House. The speaker has the final say regarding all rules and procedures of the House. The speaker admits important motions, that is, no confidence motion or adjournment motion or other motions. The speaker decides whether a particular bill is a money bill or not. The speaker receives all documents, letters and petitions in the House. He communicates the decisions of the House to concerned person or authorities. The speaker maintains order and decorum in the House. See, the speaker has the right. He can suspend a member in case of misconduct, in case of disorder or unruly behavior by a group of members. He presides over the joint sittings of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. He nominates members for parliamentary delegation to various countries in consultation with the chairman of the upper house. These are the powers and functions of the speaker. Now we will study about the Rajya Sabha. The upper house of the Parliament of India is known as the Rajya Sabha. See, the Lok Sabha is the lower house and the Rajya Sabha is the upper house of the Parliament. The maximum strength of the Rajya Sabha can be 250 members and the effective strength of the Rajya Sabha at present is 245, out of which 233 members are elected and 12 members are nominated by the President. How are the members of the Rajya Sabha elected? The representatives of Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of the Legislative Assembly of the state. The Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. Lok Sabha is temporary house and Rajya Sabha is permanent house. It cannot be dissolved like the Lok Sabha. Each member of the Rajya Sabha is elected for a period of 6 years. Now, what are the qualifications to be a member of Rajya Sabha? The first one is he must be a citizen of India. He should be at least 30 years of age. He should not be a proclaimed offender. He should not hold any office of profit under the government. These are the qualifications which are required to be a member of Rajya Sabha. See, presiding officer. Like Lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha also has a chairman and a deputy chairman. The vice president of India is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha, and he acts as the presiding officer of the Rajya Sabha. What are the advantages of the Rajya Sabha? Rajya Sabha, like Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha also has different advantages. The Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. In case of emergency, even if the Lok Sabha is dissolved, it is the Rajya Sabha which shoulders all the responsibilities of the union legislature. The next advantage, the Rajya Sabha can declare any of the subjects in the state list to be a subject of the national interest. Then the Rajya Sabha can also decide by 2/3 majority to set up a new All India service. Privileges of the members of the parliament. See, the members of both the houses of the parliament, that is the member of the Lok Sabha and the member of the Rajya Sabha, are entitled to certain privileges. The first one is freedom of speech. The members of the parliament have this freedom to speak out their views within as well as out of the parliament. It means the members, they have the freedom to speak whatever views they have. They can speak it in the parliament and even out of the parliament. They have also the right to get their views published in the press. No proceedings can be initiated against them for whatever they say in the parliament. The second privilege is freedom of movement. The members of the parliament have a special freedom of movement during the session of the parliament. No member of the parliament can be kept in detention even in case of criminal nature is going on in a court of law against him. So these are the two privileges of the members of the parliament. Now we will talk about the parliamentary procedures. Formalities of legislatures which are observed in the course of their functions are called parliamentary procedures. These include oath. After the general election or by-election or mid-term election, the duly elected members have to take the oath. It is only after taking this oath that a member can take part in the proceedings of the House. The next is quorum. Quorum is the minimum number of members to be present in the House before it could transact any business. As per the rule, 1/10 of the total membership of each house constitutes the quorum. Then, casting vote. The decision of the House are taken by a majority vote. But if there is a tie, the votes for and against happen to be equal. When there is a tie, the votes are equal. At such situation, the Speaker of the House has been given the power to cast his vote to make a decision. So, a vote by the Speaker in case of tie is called the casting vote. Question hour. Every member of the House has the privilege to ask questions from the government on matters of public interest. So the first hour of every working day of the House is reserved for the questions. See, there are three types of questions: unstated questions, stated questions, and short notice questions. Unstated questions have to be answered in a written form by the minister concerned. Stated questions are answered orally on the floor of the House by the ministers concerned. And short notice questions relating to a matter of urgent public importance can be asked with a prior notice of around 10 days. Now we will study about the 0 hour. The time immediately following the question hour is known as 0 hour. It starts at around 12 o'clock and the members can raise issues of importance and ask questions. Usually there is a lunch break at 1 p.m. So the 0 hour does not last for more than an hour. Now we will talk about the resolution. A resolution is a motion presented in the House on a matter of general public interest. Then comes the President's address. The President addresses the joint sitting of the two houses at the commencement of the first session after each general election. The President also addresses both houses of the Parliament at the commencement of the first session of each year, that is the budget session. Motions. Whenever a matter of urgent public interest is sought to be discussed in the House, it is called a motions. Motions can be of various kind. Motion of thanks, substantive motion, motion for removal, adjournment motion, no confidence motion, call attention motion, privilege motion, censure motion and cut motion. Children, today we will discuss till here only. We will continue our chapter in the next class. Read the chapter and try to understand all the things. Thank you.